Laid back Mickey here. Today we are going to go over the secrets to get the most out of your recumbent trike. If you want to ride more and enjoy it more and actually reach your goals, you're going to want to watch this video because we're going to go over those. Secret number one is to have your trike accessible. Now, I've been in many of my friends' garages, and you know what? When we have a trike hanging up on the wall or up in the ceiling and the rafters, what we're saying with those bikes or even trikes is that we are not riding those anytime soon. The ones that we are going to ride are going to be on the floor. They're going to be accessible. They're going to be easy to get to. They're not going to be boxes all around them. They're going to be right on the floor. Like if you go to my house, you open up my garage door with my garage door opener, and the first thing you see is my 3 trikes, right? You see my wife's trike, my daughter's trike, and they are lined up ready to go and ready to ride. And that's what you want. When you hang up a trike, sometimes you may think to yourself, you know what? I don't want to lift that trike up off that, or it's a little heavier. And any reason to not get out and ride, you know what? Sometimes we're lazy people and we do lazy things. And so the easier you make your trike accessible to get to, the easier it is to ride, and the more you're going to ride and the healthier you're going to be. And also, along the lines of accessibility is folding. You know what? Hey, 9 out of 10 people don't usually fold their trikes. Now, if you have to, maybe you got a small space or apartment and you have to fold your trike. You're the exception. But most people don't want to fold their trike because it takes time. So if you have your trike unfolded, ready to ride, it's going to be easier and faster to get out on the road or maybe to load it into your vehicle. And you know what? Most of the time, you don't need to fold your trike to put in your vehicle. Most hatchbacks will fit an unfolded trike. Or if you got an SUV or a truck, super easy. And also, you know, if you want to ride your trike quickly, make sure you have your helmet ready. I usually put my helmet and my riding shoes on my trike. Now, riding shoes, I say most people use riding shoes nowadays, but you can also use a heel strap. But you want to keep these right on your seat and ready to ride, and so you don't have to look for them. And you know, most people ride their trikes either daily or 3 or 4 times a week because once you get riding, you can't stop. You love the feeling that it gives you. So maybe right at the beginning, you wake up and you go, oh, it's going to be a chore to get out there and ride. But know what? After you're ridden, you love it and you go, man, I am so glad that I ride. I feel so much better. My body feels better. And so make sure your trike is accessible and your gear is accessible. Secret number 2, if you want to ride more often, go on shorter rides, right? A lot of people go, oh man, it's going to take me, if I want to, a couple hours to go on my 20-mile ride, or maybe 30-mile ride. You don't have to do 20 or 30 miles. 15, 20 minutes of riding a day will help your body loosen up, will get you healthier. And so I talk to people that ride their trikes every day. They're going on like 3-mile rides, 6-mile rides, 10-mile rides, shorter rides, but more often. One of my clients named Bob says, hey, I like just to get out and ride like anywhere from 4 to 6 miles a day because it helps him like get his energy going. It helps him feel better. And then it helps his muscles loosen up. A lot of people go like, I only want to go on long rides. But if we're riding to get healthier, if we're riding to feel better, if we're riding to keep our body in motion, because the body in motion stays in motion, right? You just need to do it more often. You need to get out there every day or at least 3, 4 times a week. And the more you ride, the better you're going to feel. And that's what riding is all about because you did it. And the more you do something, the more you want to do something. It's kind of like, going to the gym, right? When you go to the gym, the more you do it, the easier it is. But here's the thing is about a trike is unlike a gym, a trike, you're outside. You're under the beautiful sky. You get to see the greenery. It is amazing. So short rides is the key to riding your trike more and to getting healthier. And secret number 3 is longer rides. To schedule your longer rides because that which is not scheduled normally doesn't happen. If you don't schedule like an event, that event is just in your head. And so you're not going to do it. But once you schedule something, like I schedule a longer ride, like maybe it's a Saturday ride or maybe it's a group ride, when I schedule my longer rides, it happens because now I have a commitment to myself or a commitment with my friends or a commitment with a group. And you'll go, oh man, this is actually changing my life, because on those longer workouts, you start to burn more calories, right? You start to really get those muscles working and make them stronger. And that's the benefit of a longer ride, and just really have a great time and see more places. If you want to continue to get more from your trike, go ahead and subscribe now and you'll get more videos like this. So secret number 4 to enjoy your ride the most is to make sure that you are comfortable. So a lot of times I hear people like go, like my back hurts or my neck hurts or like my wrist hurts. And I go, do you know that there's a solution for all those in the trike industry? That these manufacturers they thought about this. They said, like, the nice thing about a recumbent seat is it is there to support your body like a hammock, to make it super comfortable. Let's check out some of those solutions. So like, let's talk about maybe a little bit of back support. You want more back support, so TerraTrikes, they make the super squishy cushion, and that helps out for your back support. Or let's go ahead and talk about wrist support. ICE makes these great wrist rests for all their trikes, and that it just makes it super comfortable so that you could just wrist your rest. Try saying that 10 times fast. And it's super comfortable. Or on most cat trikes, they already come with the wrist rest. So that's pretty good. And how about neck rest? So we just talked about cat trike having a wrist rest. Well, you could also get a cushy, squishy neck rest that will go right in the nape of your neck in the back. And that will like make it so that, just rest my head. But if you want another comfy one, you can get the ICE one. ICE makes one of the nicest headrests that I've seen, because it forms to your neck nicely. It's super squishy, and it fits right in the back of your, in the nape of your neck, between your helmet and then between your shoulder blades, right in the middle here. And so a headrest is really nice. And then TerraTrike, they make one too. Theirs is not as thick as the other guys, but you know what? I think that TerraCycle may be coming out with an extra cushion that you can get for it, or they actually make a whole headrest for TerraTrike from TerraCycle. There's a little hint for you. So those are pretty cool. You could also get one of these cool, just little lumbar. If you don't want the whole cushion, they make, by TerraTrike, a lumbar support. And then they have like these different cushions in here that you can switch out really easy. And that will help give you some nice back support. And so comfort, when you're comfortable, you want to do it more. It's like the comfortable chair in your house, right? You always go to the lazy boy or that nice recliner that you love. You go to you don't sit in the hard seat, that is uncomfortable. You want to directly go to the one that is comfortable. If you want any of these accessories that we mentioned today, go ahead and click the links in the description below. Okay, tip number 5. If you want to get the most out of your trike, explore new places. Right? I love loading up my trike and going to a new place, going to a new location that I haven't ridden before. And people go, well, how do I load up my trike? Well, you could either use a ramp like this one here, and this is aluminum ramp where you just can put this on the ground and roll your trike in. It usually comes with 2 of them. And so that's a great way to go ahead and load your trike in your vehicle. Or you can fold up your trike and fit it in your vehicle and take it where you need to go. Or you can go ahead and get like a rack, maybe like an alpaca rack or a Hollywood rack or easy load rack. They have so many racks that will actually help you take your trike to a new location. Try out new trails, or go with a friend somewhere where they like to ride. Maybe it's just a town over and you haven't been on a trail that you've always wanted to try. You could also explore new places by pushing your limits. What do you mean by that, Mickey? Well, I mean, go ahead and maybe there's hills that you haven't been able to get up before, or that you don't want to go up those hills. Get a motor, get like a Bosch motor or Shimano motor or a hub drive or a Bafang motor or some sort of motor that will help you get up those hills easier. So the neat thing about a motor, most motors now 250 watts, which is like having Lance Armstrong or like a professional bike rider on your trike, helping you go up that hill. And if you've ever watched any bike races where they go up these super steep hills, a motor makes you 30 years younger. It makes you feel stronger. And so you'll ride more places. You'll go and do more trails that you've never thought about doing before. So explore new places to get the most out of your trike. So secret number 6 is to ride to a destination. My wife and I love doing this. So we'll ride from our house, we'll ride through our neighborhoods, across one major boulevard, down to the bike trail, and then we'll choose, do we want to go upriver, going towards a Mexican food place, or do we want to go downriver to a delicious, kind of like a bistro type place? And so we have a destination. It's probably about 20 miles on maybe the round trip, so we'll go 10 miles out and 10 miles back, but we have lunch. Well, when we get there, we have 2 choices. If my wife wants to come in and choose something different, we'll go ahead and we'll lock up our trike. I like to use the kryptonite lock with a cable, and then we'll lock them together. And so some people like to lock the wheels together and the frames together. Just lock it so that nobody just can quickly run off with your trikes. That's the main thing. We like to eat outside, if we're gonna eat inside, we like to eat in at a window where we could watch our trikes even though they're locked up. Now, if you're gonna be away from your trikes, make sure that you take off, like if you have like any like little lights or a flag or anything that like maybe somebody will wanna steal quickly, right? Those things I usually take inside. I have a Topeak MTX bag that just with one button it pushes off and I can throw any stuff in there, and it has a little strap I can take inside. Those are pretty cool. So we like to go to the destination, but when you go there, make sure if your trike is gonna be out of your sight to lock it up, so that way those opportunists don't take your investment that you have in a trike and in your health. So tip number 7 is ride with friends. That's one of the things I love to do the most. What's the cool thing is we do group rides. Now, maybe you're not near Laid Back Cycles, but you have a shop near you that you can go to the shop and you can go, hey, you guys got any group rides coming up? We try to do them quarterly. And when we do the group rides, the nice thing is you meet other people. And we'll have like 25 to 50 people come on these group rides. Those people will group together and they'll go off like, oh, where do you live? I live in the Bay Area. Well, let's go on a ride in the Bay Area. Or where do you live? I live in Sacramento by the river. Or, oh, let's do a ride together. And so when you ride together, it's just more fun. Maybe you like to be solo, but I love riding with friends. I love riding with my wife, and I love riding with groups. So if you want to get the most out of your trike and enjoy it more, it's not only just for your health, it's a sport, it's fun, and it just makes life more enjoyable when you do it together with friends. So secret number 8 is to determine your goals and measure them. So we got fitness, we got fun, we got rehab as some popular goals. Like if it's fitness, is like, how far are you gonna ride? Maybe you wanna do it for weight loss, or maybe you just wanna get strong. How many days a week are you gonna ride? You gotta measure it. Or like fun, like what are some new places I can go? Do I plan a new place every month, every week? What are some cool, fun places I could ride, or who I could ride with? Why don't you start like writing down these goals and measuring? Or rehabilitation. Maybe, you got a weak leg or weak knee, or, something you're trying to rehabilitate and make it stronger. Like what would be something better for that knee, or something better for that foot, or something better for your strength? Like for my daughter, she's a cancer survivor, and she could ride 2 miles on her own, but she wanted to ride further. So we got her a motor, and she could ride with a motor up to 20 miles. And so that was a goal. And so we found a way to make that happen for her with a motor. But there's these goals you have, and maybe sometimes it's something that you have to get to, like a motor to help you reach those goals. Maybe it's just yourself saying, I'm gonna ride this many days a week, or maybe it's like to ride with a friend. But determine the goal and then go ahead and say, what do I need to do to make that happen? And tip number 9, to wrap it all up, is make your ride more fun. If you make your ride fun, you want to do it more, and you actually accomplish your goal. So use all these tips to make your ride more fun, whether it's comfort or whether it's riding with a friend. Make it enjoyable. Go to new places and have a great time. That's what riding's about. That's what I've loved since I've been riding in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000, is I just love getting out there and having a great time. Hey, if there's something I didn't mention in this video that will help you and others get the most out of their ride, go ahead and mention it in the comments below. To learn the reasons why you should not buy a recumbent trike, watch the next video.